Oh, thank you so much. That is my colleague Stephen Mbide on the ground. If you're not yet on the road to head to town, well, you better plan better. Now, this very early morning, we're talking about companies that have actually made it remarkably great. If you're one of those who has followed a lot in the Daily Monitor, we have what we call the top 100 mid-sized companies. And over the years, we have looked at companies that have flourished in one way or the other. They have been awarded. There are particular researches that have been made. And to join me this early morning to have this conversation, I have Mr. Peter Chambade, and I have Madame Stella Akol from the DFCU Bank. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's an honor to have both of you here. Peter, it has been long. I think it has been over a year now.
Sure.
COVID-19 got in play. Stella, with DFCU Bank, we want to thank you for believing in this conversation and believing in the SMEs in this country. And for starters, the top mid companies, survey, it has been running for the past 11 years, Peter, if I'm right.
That's true.
And it's being the 12th one. What is new about the project in 2020, even in the wake of COVID-19?
Thank you, and morning viewers. Of course, COVID-19 has disrupted everything.
Indeed.
And it is also disrupted the way we are going to do the survey. So we had to rethink how best to engage this year round. As viewers are aware, in the past 11 years, the Top 100 initiative, we have conducted a survey whereby we would have a general questionnaire and a financial questionnaire where we would look at the financial performance of these entities, the small and medium enterprises, and we also have a general questionnaire going round for about 4 months for purposes of looking at the performance and the qualitative aspects of a business, like talent plans, their outlook in the business, the challenges businesses are having. And that survey over those 4 months would have people go around to different businesses that have decided to participate. This time around, due to social distancing, SOPs, that could not happen. So we had to think of an innovative way of ensuring that we stay relevant and also ensure that these small and medium enterprises are taken care of. Because the reason that the Top 100 initiative was started was to see how best these small and medium enterprises can be helped to grow and thrive in whatever circumstance. So this time round, even during the COVID pandemic, at the center when we had lockdowns, we had a few webinars which were organized where I would invite the small and medium enterprises to tune in and listen to talks about business resilience, which were very critical for purposes of managing through the challenge. And also, even when we had like the budget being read in June, we invited them to come in and listen in to what that would mean for them, and so that they can be able to manage the situation and thrive.
So 2020, you became innovative, so it was entirely online.
So this time, we are not going to do the normal survey. We are not going to have a survey because of the disruption, because as I said, we normally look at the participation criteria for Top 100 is entities between 360 million and 25 billion, a 3-year audited accounts track record, and we realize that a number of entities this time may not already have audited books. So which would mean that that parameter, if we went into it, we may not be able to get the information that we want. So this time round, we have decided that we are going to go digital and mainly look at engaging and providing platforms for these small and medium enterprises to see how best they are going to cope with the challenges that COVID-19 has brought up and be able to live and thrive through the new normal.
Wow. That is how KPMG is handling this. They've done this for the last 11 years. The survey has been going on for the last 11 years. Coming to you, Stella, is it safe to say that small and medium enterprises have experienced the largest effects of the COVID-19 compared to the large-scale businesses, especially you as a sponsor now? We're looking at you as a sponsor that has been a part of this project from the word go.
Yes, thank you very much. Just like Peter has said, SMEs compared to the larger companies have experienced the hardest hit, because of the pandemic. Total disruption, total business disruption. When you look at sectors like transport, education, traders market, manufacturers, when you compare the SME with the larger corporates, you find that in terms of access to inputs, when you look at manufacturing, the larger corporates probably had stocked, but the SMEs were not able to access inputs. There was a lot of there was low demand and supply for goods. So the entire traders market was affected. Remember, the airport was closed. Traders could not go out to import, could not travel. So it's very true to say that they've experienced the
So what is your bank doing to help these businesses thrive?
So the bank came up with a lot of initiatives. One,
DFCU
DFCU Bank, yes. And of course in line with the BOU guidelines that you saw, even the president would communicate all the time. We gave SMEs holidays, loan repayment holidays, extension of their loans, a reduction in interest. We did all that to make sure that we save these businesses. And I'm very happy that most of them have not collapsed. And I believe that even the government has done something in terms of giving them some tax relief, reduction in the taxable income, so that, to enable them to see the next day. Now, all hope is not lost. We saw SMEs, COVID-19 presented a lot of opportunities in terms of supplies of health equipment, masks, gloves. So a number of SMEs also got those opportunities, and they were able to get contracts. Now, as DFCU Bank, we provided a number of trade solutions in terms of bidding. To be able to get a contract, you need to bid. So DFCU put in place a limit for bidding up to 500 million unsecured.
That's better. And
also when you get a contract, we move a long way with you. We ask you to contribute just 30% for the performance and advance payment guarantees. And then we also go ahead to finance, to give you working capital for the contracts.
This is to the SMEs.
To the SMEs.
Wow, thank you so much. That is DFCU Bank. Wrapping up this conversation, Mr. Chambate, 12 years of this survey and still counting. Certainly it has had many impacts on very many SMEs. And this year, the top 100 survey seems to have more focus on deliberations among SMEs in form of dialogues. What is it going to be deliberated about, and why SMEs be a part of this conversation?
Thank you very much. The main reason for this, as I said, and as Stella said, SMEs have been disrupted. The pandemic has actually had a huge impact with everyone, but also SMEs particularly. And having platforms like the dialogues, which we're organizing, whereby we provide a platform for discussion and engagement, whereby the challenges that are being faced are going to be addressed, and then look at the possible solutions to those challenges, and then also point out the opportunities that we see, because in every dark cloud there's a silver lining.
There is a silver lining, yes.
And there's a silver lining in this. And that's what we want to point out. And that's why we have organized 4 dialogues. And these dialogues are going to to address a number of aspects. The first dialogue is happening very soon. Actually, this
Thursday.
week, on Thursday,
Yes.
on the 29th, whereby from 11 to 1, whereby the main topic is going to be coping with the economic impact of COVID-19 for SMEs. And the moderator is none other than
Of course, I will moderate that.
Mr. Chamagem. And the keynote speaker will have one of our partners, Asad Rukago for KPMG.
Oh, yes.
And also, because he's a specialist in that area,
Yes,
a
he's
financial
well versed.
specialist.
Yes.
And we are going to have other panelists, like Mr. Robert Wanok, Head of Personal and Business Banking at DFCU, because financing is a key area
Oh, yeah.
if these entities are going to thrive.
True.
Then we have Mr. Arthur Makara, Commissioner Science, Technology and Innovation, Minister of Science and Technology.
That's good.
And as we are aware, the technological entities or companies have thrived.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I
Because
was
it's
reading.
the new normal. It's working
It's
for
the
them.
new normal. So now, having someone to point out to us
Yes.
how best to embrace innovation, then we feel it's very important. And then we'll have Mrs. Winnie Lawok Ore, Director Small and Medium Enterprises of the Uganda Investment Authority.
That's a
Because
good one.
now that will also point us to the opportunities
That are there.
that are there. Then after that, we'll have another dialogue on the 13th of November that is how to embrace information technology and innovation to thrive through the COVID-19 era and beyond.
Oh, yeah.
As we have said, Jeff Bezos, this within 6 months, he has made over 73 billion
You can imagine.
US dollars.
Yes.
So technology is the way to go. And that's how business is being done now.
Oh, yes.
November 28th, we have another dialogue, how to utilize different financing options for, to sustain and grow your business during the COVID-19 era. Financing is critical. We have to grow and we have to thrive,
Oh, yeah.
by embracing the opportunities that are there, and so we need that financing. And that will be another topic which we feel
It will
is
be very cardinal.
very, very candid. And then the final dialogue will be on the 3rd of December, which is about resourcing for effectiveness and efficiency during the COVID-19 era and beyond.
Well, there you have it. That is in package for you. So if you're an SME and you have your money in the DFCU bank or you're part of the top 100 companies, you need to be a part of this conversation. It's starting this very week on Thursday. That will be only at NTV, and we'll have this conversation in the Daily Monitor as well as KFM. We'll be giving you tidbits of this. Make sure you be a part of this conversation. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter Chambade. Thank you so much, a co-steller from DFCU Bank. With pleasure. We'll take a break for now, but for those who are within the SMEs, make sure you visit the platforms of a Daily Monitor or KPMG or DFCU Bank to get to know more about this conversation. We'll be back shortly. It's Morning at NTV.